Hey guys, it's me Santine, and I'm doing a commentary for Killzone Shadow Falls online multiplayer. This is a 24-player Warzone. If you didn't know, Killzone Shadow Falls has separate. You can make like your own custom Warzones or play Guerrilla Games made Warzones that have different customization options. This is the 24-player one officially made by Guerrilla Games. It's on the map called The Remains, which is basically a remake of the map Bilgar's Boulevard from Killzone 3. There's a little differences, like you see there's a tunnel over there you can sneak through and stuff like that make it different, but for the most part it's a remake of Killzone 3's Bilkar's Boulevard. As you saw, I put a spawn beacon whenever I play. The spawn beacon's really important in this game, and I don't think there's a limit on them because I've seen like 4 out at a time. Never seen more than 4, but who knows if even people bother to put any more after 4. I know if I see 4, I'm not going to really try putting any more, unless they're all in really stupid locations, which I hope with 4 would never happen. I'm playing the beacon theft, and basically this game mode is both of the enemies have a beacon near their spawn point, and you have to take their beacon while making sure yours is at its location. They have ours right now, and I should have hit it in a better location, not right next to the beacon, because you want to make sure you move around, because one thing you may notice now or earlier, or you'll notice later, is the enemy, when they have their beacon, they will show up like when somebody has a beacon on your side, they show up forever. But when an enemy has a beacon, they will show up and they'll kind of like just show that they're there for like 5 seconds where they are and how far they are, and then a few seconds later they will disappear. I like to alternate between the support and assault class because I suck as a scout or just a sniper guy. I've always have and always will. I'd like to improve. But I just can't. Sorry for being a little rusty if I am with commentary. It's been a long time because my video editing software has been a real jerk to me. I'll go into more detail about the beacon theft and other game modes, although beacon theft isn't really that complex of a game mode. So, isn't really that complex of a game mode to understand. But, my breakdown videos that I've done Search and Destroy and Capture Connect so far. So, like I said, I like to alternate between support and assault, and this was the assault I like most of the assault guns except the submachine guns. I'm not very good with them. I may try them out later, but I'm just not really good with them, and I like the Kaiser and the Rumbler, and this is the Breacher, I think it's called. I'm not going to remember the fancy numbers, but this is the Breacher. It's like in Killzone Shadowfall, the hipfire has been nerfed from previous Killzone games, so the Breacher is the closest you get to the hipfire as it was in other Killzone games. It's not so bad when you're frozen, and there's that little fading, so I just want to let you know that. It's not as bad as in other Killzone. I mean, the hipfire is not so bad when you're standing still, but when you start to move around and whatnot, it's really inaccurate, and you might as well just go for a melee, which the brutal melees have been nerfed from Killzone 3. They still this brutal melee system from Killzone 3, but they've been nerfed somewhat in that you can't just do it and expect to kill some. You can't just do it like run up to somebody as an infiltrator and get it. You have to sneak up on them, or you have a reason to be in front of them because they haven't noticed you or whatever. One reason I upload this gameplay is it's kind of short, but also it's somewhat short, but I wanted to show that even if you somewhat suck-ish, even if you make big mistakes and someone suck, that even if you work together and do well as a team and etc., that you will be able to do well in Killzone Shadowfall. Because I make some big mistakes that they happen later on where I could have done something and done some more stuff and done better, but I don't make that too many mistakes. It's just you don't have to play support or assault all the time. You just gotta know when to alternate. Like, if there's no spawn beacons, put a spawn beacon down. Then if you want to, then die. The reason I have the missile out right now is because I'm trying to. I remember reading that it can take down automata, some other thing, and nano shields, but apparently it wasn't working on the nano shield. So maybe I read that wrong. I'll have to check that. But I thought it did, and yeah. When I also play as a medic, is that the revive thing happens really quickly, and I just revive people because it just helps keep them there, especially if there's no spawn beacon and we're defending. You want to revive constantly. I hope they really add the voice chat to Killzone Shadowfall soon, because I don't get why they didn't. Even if, for example, the game mode says 24 players, so 12 versus 12. Let's say you play that game mode and then you have their party chat only. There's still 4 players on your team you can't talk with. Unless you Skype, which, defeats some of the purpose of, the whole point is you can still. I've been able to team well in Killzone 2 and 3 with randoms before. So I don't get why they decided not to add it. But as you can see, I was following this guy because if I saw he was an assault and I know that he was ahead of me, so I decided let's let him get this spawn beacon. And I wanted to watch him to make sure he does it, so in case he dies, I can kill the enemy before they pick it up, or I can pick it up if he drops it. I was a hero here, could have followed him, but I killed the guy because I'm a hero. This was a close one. I don't really see draws much in Killzone Shadowfall, but I mean, or Killzone in general when I played, but it was still cool to get a thing here. And this is another thing I like in Killzone is that you get things like twin kills. Even if a group kills an enemy and you all get the credit for it, it's not like one person gets it. It's kind of like an improvement on Battlefield where you can get like a suppression assist and you can get an assist where you do like 99% of the damage or whatever, 99 points of health damage or whatever, and you get this 99 points, so in the end you would get more than just killing the guy, but I don't think it's a kill, but Killzone Shadowfall is being an extension of that, and I think it also helps support the play. This is the Capture Connect mode. It's a really hard mode to understand. I mean, not hard mode, it takes a little while to understand, but I put a video up on it that you guys can watch. It will help explain it somewhat better. There's only one thing I forgot is that you can see like I have C and D, and the reason I threw a grenade is it took me a while to understand this, but just because the place is red doesn't mean the enemy has it. Because like as you saw, we already have A and B in the beginning, and they had D and E in the beginning, and then we were capturing C was the middle point, so we can move forward in a sense. So I didn't know about that, and I got confused. And I was confused, that's why I threw the grenade and was cautious. And I've been doing that and also before, but I think I've learned it better. But as you saw earlier, when that thing turned neutralized, the siege point disappeared. So that's like another sort of adds a strategic element to the a game. This is the Hellgas spawner about here. They can exit through where I shoot this guy right now. Yeah, and they can also exit out through right over there to the left. You'll see some of them come out and throw grenades and whatnot in a bit. There we go. Okay, well no, but you see the doors, they can come out through there. The next exit is right near the spawn beacon on the right side. Also, there's a scream really you may have heard. That was my sister. I think the cat scratched her or something. I hate the cat. I had a good cat, but this cat is just fat and does nothing. I don't know. Maybe I got lucky because if I found this cat on the street once. Not on the street. We lived like in a sort of a rural-esque area, and the cat came to us, and my dad decided to feed it, and then it stuck with us. And it was a good cat. It never scratched us, never did anything. Came to us. It was almost like a dog, I guess. Kind of perfect. It's very small, easy to take care of, and it was also wild, feral, whatever you want to say, and it killed its own meat. But as you saw earlier in this game, two people can. I was trying to shoot this stun drone. They're really hard to shoot because they're so goddamn tiny. And as you can see, the melee is much more balanced in this game. I tried to melee that guy there when I should have just finished shooting him. But I wanted those extra points in the coolness, but that was my bad. One thing that I talked about in my Search and Destroy video, and you can see here, is that if multiple people start to set the charge, it goes really fast. With one person, it goes somewhat fast, but with two people, it goes really fast, and it goes just faster and faster when you have multiple people. Whenever you're doing a Search and Destroy thing, as you saw, the dead bodies I saw, you see them better when you're support. You always want to make sure that you're going to stop them, that you make sure that you throw like a grenade or check to make sure you can go in without dying. And I don't know, the game lagged hella hard here, as you can see, because that same guy I just stabbed is now going to kill me, even though I shot him multiple times and then stabbed him. And I saw another assault guy, I don't know if it's later on in the video or earlier, but he was lagging also. I don't know if it's the same guy, but that's the most extreme instance of lag I've had. Another thing is that there may seem like there's some spawn camping, but it's not really there as much. Because there's so many exits to the levels in this. There's so many exits to the levels in this game, so it's not as they can somewhat camp on you, but you gotta kind of move around. And if you move around, or even if you use spawn beacons, you'll be able to get out. It's not like I've never seen a whole team get spawn camped where all the exits are blocked, but I have seen teams where they decide that they don't want to move anymore. And they decide they want to come out of the same exit over and over again, so that's just one thing. Killzone Shadowfall Online, if you played other Killzones, you'll understand easily, but if you haven't, it's somewhat hard to understand all the little nuances. And there are some differences even from previous Killzones, like before, the whole Search and Destroy mode has some significant differences about bombs and whatnot, and multiple people setting charges at once. That ability you saw just there was the Tactical Echo. That ability is the ability the Scout class has, and basically it allows them and others to see any enemies on the screen, but it has some negatives. It takes a while to recharge, and you obviously can see where it's coming from, so you have no idea where enemy is. Earlier you saw like a sniper guy in that window up there, where I was shooting like right above. There's a window there. That's a good place if you're someone to snipe and then watch that point. So if anybody tries to defuse and whatnot, you can shoot it with the L2704 sniper. It's basically a one-hit kill sniper, but you can't hip fire it, and you have to aim in, and it has a long reload. Yeah, this is a mistake on my part. This is one of the big not a big mistake, but one of the stupid mistakes I was talking about the video. Maybe I said big. I don't know why. I just thought, okay, well, it's right next to the turrets, it's got to be safe, and then I die. Most of the time I take a revive, and sometimes I even take a revive when I shouldn't. just because, you know, I can keep the threat on the enemy, especially when it comes to defending or attacking a search and destroy and other objectives. Here's another part. Luckily, this turret didn't see me. And even though I saw the tactical echo, I remember just still standing and saying, is this good or bad? Even though the red text was there, and it was a Hellgas one, I really don't know. I was just really, really slow or something. There's that guy lagging, so I guess that's when I saw it. Yeah, the Breacher is one of my favorite guns because it's like the... I remember playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 12. It's basically like the AA-12 gun, and it's basically like it lets you do keep the hip firing, although you can aim in, but I never aimed in with it. Maybe once, just to see what the scope was like, and that was it. But otherwise, it's a really nice gun. You can shoot it really fast, and even if somebody's shooting at you, you probably have the somewhat advantage with it if they're somewhat close range. It just sucks further away, which should be obvious, but the pistols are really good. What I mean by that is that the pistols are much more balanced than in other shooters. Than in most shooters, I know them. But to me, like only Battlefield 3 and in Killzone 2, where the pistols is really somewhat balanced, where obviously the main primary weapons are going to destroy the secondary ones. But the pistols are somewhat balanced that you could even shoot from a good distance away and you can get back at them, so they go kind of. And you could even sometimes in a firefight, if you aim better. I mean, if you aim better in a firefighter more consistently than somebody with a assault rifle or a different primary weapon, you have an advantage. So that's one thing I liked about Killzone Shadowfall. I mean, the Killzone Shadowfall with the pistol is somewhat balanced. I don't think I used the pistol much in this match, but I'm trying to use it more often. One thing I've noticed is that the missile, I think, takes a little too long to lock on. It automatically destroys, when it locks on, it destroys a turret or a ATAC, that's the air turret. That's what they call them in other Killzones. I think they just call them air support drones now. But they worked much better in previous kills. They worked, the missile takes a little too long to lock on. And another thing is that the missile doesn't really work, is that the missile is now attachment to a weapon. There's not that many attachments, and everything, like if you watch most of the stuff, everything's already unlocked in Killzone Shadowfall. You just have to unlock like a cog sight or hollow sight. Luckily, there's no iron sight that you have to use. Every weapon at least has some sort of dot laser, which is basically like a red dot sight. You basically get a red dot sight, is what I should have said. There's not really that many attachments. The support class is the only class with a missile one, so you're going to want to make sure you have that on. And I think there's another one, the mine or something. I can't really remember, but I don't think I had that one unlocked. No, I don't think I have that one unlocked. I should. We should look at the challenges again for those things just to figure out what was what. I want to unlock the missile, the support launcher. I should have seen that guy shot him. I want to unlock what the attachments are because they can be very helpful. Like the missile can shoot the ATACs automatically. I can't say if the ATACs and the turrets need a super nerf. As you saw, like then the turret never really shot me or did anything to me and just stood there. But I think that they may need somewhat of a health nerf. Maybe I'm just somewhat lagging or I'm shooting too much and not waiting. And that's it really. You know, we won, we did some teamwork, so I hope you saw and I gave some good advice about where to put support beacons and whatnot, and hope that helped, and I'll follow up with some more. And this is just a spotlight move thing, because I did well enough, I gotta be in the spotlight. I just want to show that, you know, I made some stupid mistakes, I could have done better, but you can do well too if you work hard in Killzone. So I hope that helps, and I'll see you all later.